Welcome into another video. We have more breaking news today. Sneaking it in on this Monday at 11 p.m. Robert Saleh, named head coach of the Tennessee Titans. He is making his way to Nashville as we speak. A stunner. I did not see this one coming. I thought you could easily just write Matt Nagy's name into the slip and he was going to be hired as the head coach. Obviously, you got to go through the process, but it seemed like a shoo-in. Matt Nagy to Tennessee. Chiefs are already bringing back Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator. What is Matt Nagy going to do? Is he going to get hired as their offensive coordinator? This is a massive move. First initial thoughts, I like the hire. I'm surprised they didn't go offensive mind. I think it might even be dumb that they didn't go offensive mind, but I think that Saleh can get a good offensive mind to come join him and be Cam Ward's OC. I would not be surprised if Mike McDaniel is that guy. I would think right off the top of my head, it's got to be McDaniel. If McDaniel doesn't get an OC job, Lions already hired Drew Petzing. He has to be the one to right the Cam Ward ship. Do we trust him to do so? I don't know. He got Tua to his peak, but he didn't go further than that. I think it would be a slam dunk hire, though, if you had McDaniel and Saleh paired together. I think he got screwed in New York. I think he got the short end of the stick. Obviously, lots of things are wrong in that organization. Rodgers, I don't know if him and Rodgers didn't get along or what it was, but obviously you could tell that the league views him differently than the Jets did. Very quick turnaround, only 1 year off of being head coach, and he is right back into the mix. And we have another Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur situation on our hands. He's going to face off against Liam Cohen twice a year. And those two, I don't know if you remember that, but those two went at it. After that Jaguars 49ers game, those two were up in each other's grills, barking at each other. We get to see that twice a year. That is juicy to begin with. Now, let's go ahead and get into brass tacks. Let's talk about the roster. Let's talk about the situation. Saleh, who knows how good he's going to be at getting some of this talent in. I have faith in him being able to nail the defensive talent, and they do have a very high pick in this year's draft. You would have to think Arvell Reese or Ruben Bain is going to be one of those guys. Jeffrey Simmons was a very hot commodity, a potential trade candidate in the offseason. I doubt he's going anywhere now. I really wanted my Bears to be, at least involved in some Jeffrey Simmons trade talks. I highly doubt he's going to want to go play anywhere else right now. Saleh is going to want to get that defense going immediately. I mean, you never know. You still could trade him. I mean, I remember the 49ers kind of had to haul off a lot of their guys, but I think that was mostly for cap purposes. Robert Saleh is going to be just fine, and Jeffrey Simmons on a pretty cheap deal. I think that these two are going to be able to work it out together. And then you add Ruben Bain or Alvaro Reese into that mix. Now you're cooking with some grease. I can really, really get behind that. Offensively, though, there is a lot that needs to be figured out. Cam Ward was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in football this year, tied for first with Geno Smith with 55 sacks. I'm sure there's some rookie moments played into that and some improvisation when he didn't need to. We saw a lot of that at Miami. Regardless, he still got sacked 55 times, and they invested a lot into that offensive line. So there's going to have to be at least some looks at that, and then weapons, especially Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard, a solid running back duo. Alec Aomanor and Jameer DK, I enjoyed their seasons for rookies, especially being mid-round picks. But at the end of the day, they probably are in need of a true guy there. It'll be interesting to see if they explore maybe a receiver at 4. I doubt it. That's pretty high. Saleh being a defensive mind as well. You got to think it's going to be Bain or Reese. But maybe McDaniel can sway him there. Maybe he's like, hey, we need to get my quarterback some weapons and some weapons fast. And it'll be interesting to see how they, spend their offseason. They have the most cap space in football, so that they have to spend money this offseason. Will they go all in and try and build this up right away for Cam Ward? Will they, be safe with their money and focus more on the draft, maybe just building out some role players through free agency? Let's see if they try and make a splash, maybe. But guys are going to want to play for Robert Saleh. I believe that wholeheartedly. I mean, you can see how much of an impact he has on most of his team and most of his players. I'm sure them Jets years were a little shaky here and there, but I still, to this day, I think that's on ownership and Joe Douglas. Wholeheartedly believe that. Robert Saleh is a leader. He's a no bullshit guy. He's rough. He runs a great scheme as well. He's a hell of a play caller. Tennessee has a chance to be very good if they can bring in an offensive mind. If not, I don't understand the hire, because how do you not bring in an offensive mind to pair with Cam Ward? This is like one of the only guys, in my opinion, outside of maybe Brian Flores, that you can like expect to come in there, raise the bar on your franchise. That's how I view it. Even if his first situation was, not good with the Jets, I think Robert Saleh is a guy who can come in here and establish a culture. I truly do believe that. I just think he got the short end of the stick in New York. But if he has an offensive mind with him, then I mean, he has so many ties to the Shanahan tree. I'm not worried about him trying to find an offensive mind. Regardless, though, you would think that they should have gone offensive mind. That's the only reason I'm not like, oh my God, what a hire. Like, this is insane. Cam Ward, let's go. I think it's good. I think it's awesome. I would even explore Brian Daboll. I don't think him and Saleh have any ties together, but I would explore Brian Daboll. I really, really would if I were the Tennessee Titans, because I think that Brian Daboll could easily get the most out of Cam Ward. I mean, he's turned around two big boy quarterbacks who have, athletic abilities. I know Cam Ward doesn't have the athletic traits to the level of Josh Allen and Jackson Dart, but he's an athletic guy. That guy can move around. He's a big-bodied boy, and that's just right up Brian Daboll's alley. If he can walk away with Daboll or McDaniel, I love the hire, because I think this is a guy who can establish a good culture in Tennessee, in the AFC South, somebody who can match DeMeco Ryans, Liam Cohen. I like the hire. I don't think it's a phenomenal hire, but I would be okay if I was a Titans fan with this. I wouldn't be jumping up and down in my seat, but I would be okay. It's very interesting to see who's going to be his offensive coordinator, though. That is by far the most important piece to this puzzle, because you have a young quarterback who needs to be taught and needs to be taught a lot. So you got to nail the hire. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. Chicago Bears recap full season comes out tomorrow morning. We have my AFC and NFC championship game previews and predictions coming out later this week. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.